And welcome into our first edition of COVID Conversation. I'm David Kelly from News 4 Tucson. Pleased to be joined by Tony Terry, and you may know him as the man behind the Gaslight Theater, Little Anthony's Diner, Grandma Tony's Pizza, and we're talking the current plight of small businesses here in Southern Arizona and what they're going through and trying to navigate the various relief programs that have been established during this coronavirus pandemic. First, Tony, thank you for joining me, and let's start with what assistance you've applied for to this point to try and keep the doors open at your food establishments.
Okay, well, the minute it came out, we were ready. My accountant, my bookkeeper, Michelle, is just tremendous. She's been right on top of this all the way through. And Vantage West is my normal bank, but we also bank with Chase up at the music hall, the Gaslight Music Hall. And so Vantage West wasn't available. They didn't have it in their system yet. They had to be approved. So the day this thing came out, my sister works with the Diocese of Tucson. And they also have applied, and they applied through Chase Bank.
Now, are you talking strictly about the PPP?
Yeah,
okay.
Just the PPP.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, because we're not eligible for anything else. We did the 2 weeks paid sick leave, but the reimbursement on that is sketchy at best. And so, you know, that cost me $90,000, and then my payroll this last time was $107,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we took all of that out of savings, which is a risky bet at this point.
Right.
But anyway, so the Diocese of Tucson, they got theirs. He called my sister as soon as he got through. We applied probably 6 or 8 hours later we got through. So we were one of the first to get through with Chase Bank. Then, of course, real disappointed to hear that the money ran out and just waiting. And so that's when I made the decision to go ahead and pay all of my people. I've got, between the Gaslight and the Music Hall and Grandma Tony's Pizza and the Diner and the costume shop and the print shop, I've got 215 employees.
Wow.
And not one of them has missed a paycheck, a full paycheck, since this whole thing happened. Some of the people are working at Little Anthony's and Grandma Tony's, but the majority of that 215 are not working. But I felt, you know, I started the theater 42 years ago. I was born in Tucson. My relationship with my employees is just family. And so I decided that was the gamble I was going to take, and we're going to pay everybody. So I am holding my breath here, you know, because honestly, you know, we don't have enough. We don't have 107 to make a second or a third payroll. So we're like a lot of businesses, you know. I mean, I think we're fortunate. I have a lot of people in the restaurant biz that are friends, and they don't have any savings, none. You know, so we've been able to, you know, get through with our savings and pay all of our bills. And I hope and pray that this comes through, and we get funded, and then we can pay them again for another 2 months and kick the can far enough down the road that we can start producing again in whatever shape that takes.
So now, had you done any like pre-planning? Like, did you think the loan process would be this cumbersome? Do you think it was going to be easy? Are you kind of not surprised that it's taken this long?
Well, it was actually very easy. Very easy to apply. I think it took Michelle maybe 15 minutes. You know, it went through smoothly. I think Chase handled it well. I've heard some reports that they kind of cooked the books and paid some of the larger loans first and yada, yada, yada. But who knows if that's true or not? I don't know. All I know is that the government told us small business people that they were going to do it. We all reacted on that same promise. And so they need to come through, and I believe they will. I've got, you know, complete faith in it. I wish they could get the politics out of it and just do what they say they're going to do. That's it. That's been my whole deal my whole life. Do what you say you're going to do. do the right thing.
And the PPP is going to be that's going to be 2 months worth of salary.
That's what they say. It's 2 months worth of salaries plus 25%.
Okay.
For rent, utilities, other expenses. Okay. We've been able to make that mortgage payments and my utility payments, and we've been able to make that. So we're doing all right.
So nothing. So did you? I know some businesses are applying for lines of credit. Did you do any of that or no? This is all strictly right now. What you're paying to your employees is out of your savings.
Out of our savings, correct. And I do have a line of credit, thank goodness, through Vantage West. But I don't want to tap into that. I don't want to jump too far down that hole right now. We don't know what the future really brings, but we've got an amazing following in Tucson, an amazing audience. We made the decision, and you can tell me to shut up if I'm talking too much, but we made the decision to open up our Christmas ticket sales a week and a half early. And so we did that. We opened up Christmas sales, and the town has just been so amazing. You just can't even believe it. We did $25,000 in ticket sales, not cash, but credit cards, on that one day. Last year, for a point of reference, on opening day for Christmas, we did 30,000.
Wow.
So not much off. We had people calling up and saying, I don't want to use my gift certificate. I don't want to use my season pass. I want to buy new tickets so we can support you. It was unreal, unbelievable. I'm getting choked up just talking about it. Mm-hmm. But I am telling you, my staff, they were in tears. These people were so generous. It's just unbelievable that they would reach out and help a small business like that.
How did you come up with just the concept for Little Anthony's and how that's all set up? And, obviously, I was talking to Randall, and you've got performances and stuff that go on there. Right. How did that whole concept come about? Was that kind of an offshoot of what you were doing at the theater and decided to kind of maybe bring a little bit of that to the restaurant?
Well, exactly. When I first started, I had a thing called the Gaslight Family Dining Room. And, my motto has always been search the world and steal the best. And there was a concept in California called the Big Yellow House. And they had family-style meals, and it was kind of a cool concept. So I kind of grabbed that and made it work for us. And we did that for a couple of years, but it wasn't theatrical enough. And then I thought, a diner, you can't get more theatrical than that. And so I started researching diners, and we opened up Little Anthony's. I think it's been 32 years now, a long time. But my name's Anthony, and I'm little, so that's how the name came about. It happened to be Little Anthony and the Imperials also. But I had a cook that used to say, Little Anthony's on the warpath, meaning me. So that's how we came up with Little Anthony's. But it's just evolved throughout the time, 32 years. And, we try to pivot and make it fun. And, for something like that, I mean, I don't know, you've been around Tucson, but how many restaurants in Tucson have had 32 years of success?
Yeah,
not many.
Yeah.
Not many. So it really, the concept does have legs. We have been doing a lot of remodeling and freshening, and I brought in the live performers for Elvis and Marilyn on Friday and Saturday. And I mean, it's just tremendous. It's tremendous energy, tremendous family. I've got kids that are working for me now whose parents worked for me now, or back in the day. It's really, really something. Really a great family. And we switch. There are a lot of people, excuse me, working in the theater will come over and work some in the diner. Just like Randall. Randall is my go-to actor, and he does a murder mystery for me up at the music hall. He does our reviews. He was game to do Elvis. The synergy that we have between all the businesses, it's just magic. It's just magic. It just makes it so fun to come to work every day. the print shop, the costume shop. The costume shop, we have been producing medical masks for almost 5 weeks now.
Yeah, I remember hearing that initially, yeah.
Yeah, and we're giving those away. We've been taking donations. People have been donating, but hundreds and hundreds of masks. And that's Renee, my designer, and my costume shop manager. And then in the pizza department, we've been giving away medical pizzas to first responders and any medical staff that wants it. 2 pizzas every time. We're over 800 free pizzas that we've given away already. And it's just, anything we can do to give back to the community. Like I said, I was born here. I've got 5 kids. They were all born here. I'm Tucson, through and through. I just can't say enough good things about Tucson. It's a beautiful place.
What did you think of the video that Randall?
I think it's great. It's great. It's the funniest thing I've seen, and it is so professional.
Then I thought, would I last spot potato tots? The wings are hot, complain could not. A shake, I got little Anthony's milkshakes, bring all the boys to the live. Call him up, what's up? I need a pizza with that thin crust. I need some wings, that's a win plus. I need a shake with that whip stuff. He's like, is that enough? I'm like, yeah, bro, that too much? Nah, we're pros, so clutch. We can deliver, no touch.
I mean, they shot it in 5 hours. The guys they're geniuses. They are just geniuses. And I got a bunch of geniuses that work for me. I got nothing to do with it. The talent that I have working for me is just unbelievable. And it's great. Honestly, on the record, I hate rap. But, man, I'm telling you, I've watched that thing 10 times. I laugh every time. It's just so clever. It's just wonderful, wonderful, and he surprised me with it, didn't tell me anything about it. He just said, take a look at 7 o'clock, all right? I said, okay, Randall, I'll take a look.
What does it mean to you that they say and they feel like you're the best boss that any company could have?
Well, it's unbelievable. They did a video for me. I don't know if you saw it on our page, but all the employees sent in their little videos to thank me for paying them, and it brings me to tears every time. It's just unbelievable.
Thank you, Tony. We appreciate you.
Your generosity and selflessness is really appreciated, and it speaks volumes as to how much you care about your staff, and that's something I really respect.
We love you, Tony. Oh, yes, we do. We love you, Tony, and we'll be true.
I'm telling you, I'm the luckiest man in the world. These people are unbelievable to work with. I love coming to work every day. I've never felt like I've worked a day in my life. I love to work. I love being the little guy against the big guy. And I like, making it happen. Even in the, adverse times that we have right now, I love the challenge. How can we make this happen? We are about to roll out car hop service at the diner. So I think it fits all of the regulations that we have as far as the shelter in place, and having my DJ come in, Phil, my DJ, is just a wonderful guy. He's worked for me on and off for 20 years. I've probably fired him 5 times. He's a wonderful guy. I love this guy. But anyway, so he's going to be spinning the oldies, and they'll be able to Bluetooth connect to the diner sitting in the parking lot and order online, so it's a complete no-touch deal. And the girls will bring it out on trays and put it on their window.
Wow.
So
that's
cool.
cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I told Randall, I was like, you need to be out here performing in the parking lot. You got all these people sitting in their cars, get a little speaker setup going, and you could be out here doing your Elvis thing in the parking lot. I think he might. Yeah. I think he said he might try to do that.
All right. Oh, yeah, for a moment. There's one for the money, or 2 for the show, or 3 to get ready now. Go, can't go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Oh, you can do anything but I hear for my blue suede shoe. Oh, yeah.
Well, the deal is, I wanted to do a drive-in movie night. I was
Okay.
talking to a good friend, and but that breaks the rules right now with the number of people and all that stuff. So I don't think we're going to be able to do that until they lessen our requirements. But we can surely do the car hop service.
Yeah.
And I think having Randall out there is a great idea. We're all in this together. We're going to get through it together.
Right. Realistically, I mean, if you're not comfortable talking about this, but if that money doesn't come through and you have to shut down, realistically, how long could you be closed and still be able to come back viable on the other side?
I think a long time. I'm fortunate. I own my buildings.
Well, that's the number one thing I would think.
Exactly, and but I don't think that's going to happen. Listen, I am the biggest optimist you'll ever meet, and I just know that we're going to come through this all right. It's going to be a tough, maybe 2 more months or whatever it is, but let's get the testing up to where it needs to be, and see if we can pivot enough to get through this. We might have to seat every other table, or maybe only 50 people in the theater, or whatever it happens to be. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it through this, and we're going to continue entertaining Tucson for many, many more years. I know it. I don't like to go to that dark place. I just can't do it. I can't let myself do that because I don't think that's going to happen. I think that it's Tucson strong, Arizona strong, America strong. We're going to get through it.
Hey Tony, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you opening up to us about everything you've got going on with your business.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I've been a Channel 4 guy for years. Patty Weiss was a good friend. And,
great.
I mean, this goes back a lot of years. So, anyway,
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for being out there in the trenches. Be careful.
Absolutely, Tony. Thank you.
All right.